Hi, I'm Stephen Cronin and today I'm going to show you how you can improve your watercolours. But first let's look at the palette so you can paint along with me. So I've got the same 7 colours as listed in the description, which are ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber and light red. They're all Cotman watercolours. Got the large one Ranson 8 and 15 by 11 Fabriano watercolour paper. And I thought today I'd just make one up as I go along, so I'm just going to start by wetting the paper all over. This will lubricate and prevent the crinkling you get, especially with the thinner of the watercolour papers. This is £130. I'd say about 140 is sort of standard, decent quality. I wouldn't do much thinner than that. And again, I'm using the large brush because it suits this size, 15 by 11. If you've got smaller paper, I'd probably go for the smaller brush. And I've just added a little bit of alizarin crimson. A bit more there. Just dipping the tips in just to bring the hairs back together. I'm introducing a bit of light red and a bit of ultramarine. More ultramarine on this side, more red, ultramarine, maybe a bit of Payne's grey as well, just to darken it up, add a bit of drama, more red, just caught the brown there by accident really. I don't think I'll be using any burnt umber in this one. I'm just trying to create some sort of chaotic sky, bit of ultramarine, and then I'll see what it looks. If I'm not that happy with it, I'll dry it. In fact, I'm going to do that anyway, I think. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll re-wet it. I haven't dried it that much, I'm just going to experiment really. It's not bone dry, so I'm just going to see what happens. Right now, I'm just going to work with that. Red, Payne's grey, bit of ultramarine, more red, strong red. Bit of ultramarine there. Give me that big dollop. Bit of alizarin crimson and Payne's grey. Right, now I might start thinking about whacking a few clouds in, so I'm going to go alizarin crimson, Payne's grey. Let's start from this side. More crimson. Now a big sort of dark storm cloud on this left hand side, getting slightly smaller and smaller. More crimson, a bit of red, bit of crimson, a reddy cloud up there. And this is coming down there. See, try and create a bit of texture in the sky, a few white clouds, just picked up a clean bit of kitchen roll really, I'll use a tissue. I find kitchen roll works better because with cheap, especially if it's the cheap stuff from the town shop, it comes off, disintegrates too easily. Kitchen roll's just got more, a bit more oomph to it. here and there. How's that looking? I think we need just make it a bit darker, I think. Let's make it darker up there. A little bit darker. So yeah, that's bringing the horizon line right the way down to the bottom. That's not a problem. Dips and dabs there. Right, see how the paper's stretched, it's coming away from the board. So I just want to unclip it here so I can pull it tight so it's flat against the board again. That's the first one in. Then pull it tight and then stick those clips back on. I'm conscious this water's just coming down there, so I'm just going to pull that across just to soak that up. I'm being very careful not to paint over this nice dark bit, light bit I've got in the middle. So I'll give that a quick dry. So I want to bring the horizon line right the way down. I'm going to go about there. So I'm just mixing pretty much the same colours I've just used really. Just want a really dark mix so it's sort of silhouetted, the headland silhouetted against this light sky. So just enough water to really loosen the paint and hold all the airs together. And see I've got no water swishing down. Just bring it to a really sharp chisel edge like that. And then get it flat. So obviously now I've got the clouds down to there. I don't want it this land high now because I don't want it going into the clouds. So this is sort of going down like that. And just dip. And you see it looks like just all the bits that you missed that you don't paint, it just looks like a light reflecting off something. I'm just going to bring that down. Sweep this round a little bit, just to create sort of bay. And then what I'll do, once I've got all this in, just do like a couple of boats in the distance. And you can see the sort of the effect of the sort of dark contrasting against that light area I left. Hope you just remember to keep this area nice and light, and then this dark will really contrast nicely when you put it on nice and not too thick, just you know, fairly watery, lots of water, lots of paint. I say lots of water, just enough to hold the edges together like I say, and you've got this nice sharp edge, so you can do these really thin lines. What I'll do, once those are in, I'm just going to take a card, just scraping a few little rocks here and there. Now I am right-handed, but the reason I'm doing it with my left is because the light's coming down here and reflecting, hitting the right-hand side first, so I've got to do that with my left hand, like that. If I was doing it with my right, the light would be on the left hand side, it wouldn't, it'd be the wrong way around. So you get the light there and sort of automatic reflections on the other side. A few little ones there now. I'm going to stop there before I get too over the top with it. So what I might do, because I want to put the I want to have like a little yacht. I just want to make that a bit thicker. So I'll put a yacht against it, or maybe 2 or 3. So give that a quick dry. I might cheat slightly. I've got a little bit of white gouache here at the bottom of my palette. So I'm just going to first clean them. I'm just going to clean the muck off it, and then with a clean brush, now often I just damp the paint and take a sail shape off with a tissue, but I'm just going to try it like this time. So this is why I made that headland there just a little bit bigger, so I can put a little yacht against it. Now, I mean, it is a lot easier this way than the way I normally do it. So another little yacht. The advantage of gouache, it's opaque, so you can paint straight over the top of it, as opposed to watercolours, which are more transparent. I'm just going to put a third one there. You've got like 3 little yachts. You can see the difference, see dark and light. Always looking for contrasts, you see, in the painting. I'm going to go back to the dark. Make sure my hand's clean. And I have just some little birds in the sky. I'm going to go back to that. A whole load of birds. And all that's left to do, I'm just going to pop my signature down there. I'm going to call that one done. So let's see what it looks like with a mount on it. So here's the finished paint with a mount on. So if we go in and have a closer look at it. Sky was a mad mix. It was raw sienna, alizarin crimson, ultramarine, bit of Payne's grey, light red in there. But I've done what I often do. I sort of mix it all up too much, so you end up, although there's lots of different colours in there, they all look, it's all pretty much the same. And apart from this bit of light red you can see there, there's not a lot of variation. I think that's something I could improve on. Just over mixing it a bit of tissue work in as well, create a few clouds and a bit of texture in the sky. The main idea was to sort of create this light reflecting off the water below. And as I brought these clouds lower and lower and lower, it's forced me right to bring the horizon line right the way down. But I quite like low horizon lines as it happens. I like a lot of paintings that are just basically a big sky. The sort of the ground's almost insignificant sometimes. So then I put the land in nice and dark to contrast against the light, so it looks silhouetted. And there's a few rocks here and there scraped out. So you can see the reason why I did them left-handed. So you've got the light coming in, sort of hitting the right-hand side, creating a sort of shadow on the left-hand side. If you look at this one, sort of light there and the shadow on the left. Now often I put these little yachts in just by taking the paint off, but this time I've used a bit of gouache. It's a lot easier, so I'll possibly use that technique a few more times, I think. So I hope you like that. Thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Any questions, please ask. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'd love to have you with us. Leave your comments. I reply to every comment unless it's been marked as spam and I haven't noticed it, in which case resubmit it if I haven't answered it. So thanks again, and I'll see you again soon.